Hello students, our today's topic in operation researchers, simplex method. In our previous video, we had discussed introduction, objectives. We had also compared the simplex method and graphical analysis. And we have seen the solution of a simplex algorithm. Our today's topic is solution of a LPP, which we had already discussed in our previous video. But we will continue it with the same so that we can understand the other two methods of solving the simplex algorithm. First is penalty cost method or big M method. Another is the two-phase simplex method. So let us begin with the solution of any LPP by simplex method. Let us define it. So as we had already discussed in our previous video that in case of simplex method, if you want to maximize or minimize, we need to consider the, the matrix formed by the elements of all subject constraints. Now this method is an iterative method. Let xb be the basic feasible solution of any LPP, and we need to maximize z is equal to cx, which subjects to ax is equal to b, which is our subject constraint, and our non-negative constraints are x is greater than equals to 0. Now it satisfies that xb is equal to b inverse of b, where b is a basis matrix formed by a column of basis variable. Now let us assume the vector cbj, which is equals to cb1 is comma cb2 and cbm, where cbj, these are the components of c associated with the variables called the cost variable associated with the basic feasible solution xb. Another definition, let xb be a basic feasible solution to LPP. Now we need to maximize z is equal to cx, where ax is equal to b and x is greater than 0. Now we need to consider cb, which be the cost of a vector corresponding to xb for each column of vector aj in A1 matrix, which is not a column of a vector of B. So our aj can be written as aj is equal to summation of product of aij into bi from I is equal to 1 to n. Then the number zj, it must be profit maximization or cost minimization, is given by sigma I is equal to 1 to m aij cbj into aij. It is called the evaluation corresponding to a matrix aj, and the number zj minus cj is called the net evaluation corresponding to the column j. Now let us move on to simplex algorithm. The simplex algorithm is a classical method to solve the optimization problem of a linear programming. For the solution of any LPP by simplex method, the existence of initial basic feasible solution is always assumed, as the case was x. We need to assume xb was the solution in our previous slide. The steps for computation of an optimal solution are as follows. Our first step is to check whether the objective function is given is to be maximized or minimized. So if it, it is to be maximized, then we need to convert it minimization problem, which can be written as minimization of z is equal to minus of maximization of minus z. Let us move on to next step. So our step 2 is we need to check whether all bi means constant are positive. If we found any bi negative, we need to multiply it by minus 1 so that we will get positive bi. Another next step is to express the problem in the standard form by introducing slack or surplus variables to convert the inequality constraints into equations. So we know that generally slack variables when it is maximization problem, and surplus variable is called when it is minimization problem. Our next step is to obtain an initial feasible solution to the problem in the form of a matrix, and we will put it into the first column of simplex table. Now let us see how to prepare a table. So we'll write all the functions CB, SB, which is where SB are our slack variables, CJ minus ZJ in the last column, last row, and we'll write all the functions and elements. Our next step is to compute the net evaluation Zj minus Cj by using the relation Zj minus Cj is equal to Cb into Aj minus Cj. We'll examine the sign of Zj minus Cj. If all Zj minus Cj are greater than equal to 0, then the initial basic solution xb is an optimum solution for that problem. But if have less than 0, then we need to proceed the next step and we need to solve it further. Next step, we need to find the entering value variable, which is our key column. So for that we need to compute the ratio xbi divided by air. Sorry. For that we need to find zj minus cj. In our next column, next step, we'll find the living variable or key row where we compute the ratio xb divided by air. So these in step 6 and 7 we will have entering variable which enters after a solution of iteration problem, and some value leaves the same matrix. In step 8 we will find the new element for our next table. So for finding that we will use new element is equal to old element minus product of elements in key and row column divided by key element. In our next video we will see the examples based on this. Till today we will understand only the theories concept. So our next theory is penalty cost method or big M method. It is also named as the chance big M method. These are the steps involved in big M method. In step 1 we will express the problem in the standard form. In step 2 we will add non-negative artificial variables to the left side of each of the equations corresponding to the constraints of type whether it is greater than equal to or only equal to. However, addition of these artificial variables causes violation of corresponding constant. Therefore, we would like to get the rid of these variables and not allow them to appear in the final solution. That means by solving these, we will have the constraint greater than equal to or equal to. So we will not allow to write those variable and will go further iteration. Our next step is to solve the modified LPP by simplex method until any one of the three cases may be arise. Our first case may be if the no artificial variables appears in the basis and optimally conditions are satisfied, then that solution is called optimal feasible solution. But if at least one artificial variable in the basic at zero level and optimality condition is satisfied, then that solution is called basic optimal solution. In third case, if at least one artificial variable appears in the basis at positive level and the optimality condition is satisfied, then the original problem has no feasible solution. That problem doesn't have any solution because we are getting greater values which is more than 0. Then the solution satisfies the constraints but does not optimize the objective function because it contains a very large penalty m, which is called pseudo optimal solution. Our next method is the two-phase method. In two-phase method, these are the following steps which we need to consider. There are two steps or two phases as we can see from its name. So in phase 1, these are the steps of finding a basic solution. In step 1, we will assign a cost -1 to each artificial variable as was the case of our previous big M method, and a cost 0 to all the other variables, and we'll get a new objective function which can be written as z star is equal to minus a minus a2 minus a1 minus a2 minus a3 where up to ai. So a is our artificial variable. In step 2, we'll write down the auxiliary LPP in which a new function is to be maximized and will have the subject to a given set of constraints. In step 3, we will solve the auxiliary LPP by simplex method until either three cases, any one of the three cases arises. If we'll get maximum z star less than 0, then at least one artificial variable appears in the optimum basis at the positive level. If we'll have the value max z is equal to 0, then we'll have at least one variable at 0 level, and for maximum z star greater than 0, it is greater than 0, will have no artificial variables appears in the optimal basis. So in case 1 2, in case 1, given LPP does not possesses any feasible solution, whereas in case 2 and 3 will go to the phase 2. In case of phase 2, we'll have use of these optimal basic feasible solution of a phase 1 as a starting of a solution for a original LPP, and will assign the actual cost to variables in the objective function. in the basis of 0 level. Now we will delete all the artificial variables from the column, that is which we have already eliminated in our phase 1. We will apply the simplex method and we'll get the solution of our LPP model. In our next video, we will solve the examples based upon these algorithms. All students has to remember that without these theories, we will not able to even understand the examples. So please be prepared. Get ready with these theories. These are the questions students need to write on paper. Thank you for watching the video.